The Cheerful Granny. There was once a woman who was very, very cheerful, though she had little to make her so, for she was old, and poor, and lonely.
She lived in a little bit of a cottage and earned a scant living by running errands for her neighbors, getting a bite here, a sup there, as reward for her services. So she made shift to get on, and always looked as spry and cheery as if she had not a want in the world. Now one summer evening, as she was trotting, full of smiles as ever, along the high road to her hovel, what should she see but a big black pot lying in the ditch? "Goodness me," she cried, "that would be just the very thing for if I only had something to put in it. But I have not. Now who could have left it in the ditch?" And she looked about her expecting the owner would not be far off, but she could see nobody. "Maybe there is a hole in it," she went on, "and that is why it has been cast away. But it would do fine to put a flower eye for my window, so I will just take it home with me." And with that she lifted the lid and looked inside. "Mercy me," she cried, fair amazed. "If is not of gold pieces. Here is luck." And so it was, brimful of great gold coins. Well, at first she simply stood stock still, wondering if she was standing on her head or her heels. Then she began saying, "Locks! But I do feel rich. I feel awful rich." After she had said this many times, she began to wonder how she was to get her treasure home. It was too heavy for her to carry, and she could see no better way than to tie the end or her shawl to it and drag it behind her like a go-cart. "It will soon be dark," she said to herself as she trotted along. "So much the better. The neighbors will not see what I am bringing home, and I shall have all the night to myself, and be able to think what I will do. I will buy a grand house and just sit by fire with a cup of tea and do no work at all like a queen. Or maybe I will bury it at the garden foot and just keep a bit in the old china teapot on the chimney piece. Or maybe goody, I feel that grand I do not know myself." By this time she was a bit tired of dragging such a heavy weight, and, stopping to rest a while, turned to look at her treasure. And lo! I was not a pot of gold at all. It was nothing but a lump of silver. She started at it, and rubbed her eyes, and stared at it again. "Well, I never," she said at last. "And me thinking it was a pot of gold. I must have been dreaming. But this is luck. Silver is far less trouble, easier to mind, and not so easy stolen. Them gold pieces would have been the death o' me, and with this great lump of silver." So she went off again planning what she would do, and feeling as rich, until becoming a bit tired again she stopped to rest and gave a look round to see if her treasure was safe, and she saw nothing but a great lump of iron. "Well, I never," says she again. "And I mistaking it for silver. I must have been dreaming. But this is luck. It is real convenient. I can get penny pieces for old iron, and penny pieces are a deal handier for me than your gold and silver. Why, I should never have slept a wink for fear of being robbed. But a penny piece comes in useful, and I shall sell that iron for a lot and be real rich, rolling rich." So on she trotted full of plans as to how she would spend her penny pieces, till once more she stopped to rest and looked around to see her treasure was safe. And this time she saw nothing but a big stone. "Well, I never," she cried, full of smiles. "And to think I mistook it for iron. I must have been dreaming. But here is luck indeed, and me wanting a stone terrible bad to stick open the gate. Am I? But it is a change for the better." So, all in hurry to see how the stone would keep the gate open, she trotted off down the hill till she came to her own cottage. She unlatched the gate and then turned to unfasten her shawl from the stone which lay on the path behind her. So, all in hurry to see how the stone would keep the gate open, she trotted off down the hill till she came to her own cottage. She unlatched the gate and then turned to unfasten her shawl from the stone which lay on the path behind her. Now the stone turned into a big lump of cotton, and then from it came out 4 white legs and 2 ears. Face that looked like that of a beast with canine teeth protruding over the lips. His eyes were red and its eyebrows arched. It was the cotton beast. Goody! Goody! My goodness me! Are not you adorable? I have always wanted a pet. How what come on in, little guy?
What kind of a person are you? I have tried to lure you with gold and with silver, then I changed into a lump of iron and then a stone, and you were just as happy each time. Now when I show you my dreaded self, you call me adorable. I cannot stay here any longer, and saying so the cotton monster turned into a butterfly and flew away.
The old woman looked at it and then, simply shrugging her shoulders, went back inside her house. When she entered the house, she saw the lump of stone lying on her floor. And then as she watched in wonder, the stone turned into a wooden chair. Oh my, this is just perfect. I better make myself some tea. Oh my goodness me, the lump of iron. I will sell it first thing tomorrow. Goody! Goody! My goodness me. Oh, how happy the old woman was in her happiness. She twirled around and to her surprise saw the pot of gold, the silver pot, the iron lump, the chair. Oh! Goody! Goody! My goodness me. The old woman was ecstatic as she always was, and as you can tell, she did not become greedy. She shared her treasure with her neighbors secretly. And all were happy, especially the old woman, who taught us that it is not about being content. It is about learning how to turn disappointments into opportunities to see things from another perspective, and you will never ever be sad. The end.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.